Today we speak about the meaning of being a spiritual warrior, because many times, especially when I run shamanic workshops, circles, and there is this concept of the warrior coming through, or rituals where we work with some elements that comes from the Japanese traditions, where we have samurais, where we have for example, the Yamabushi shamans, the tradition of the ones who are hidden in the mountains. And there is this element of fight that comes through. Sometimes people may react in a way that comes from the common way of the mind. Fight means war, and I'm a person of peace. Being a spiritual warrior doesn't mean being a fighter from what the mind wants us to believe, because the mind is already creating the label that fighting is bad and being at peace, being in a level of balance, not acting or not reacting is the good things to do. There is an element of fight that is in all of us. The fight to survive, to live, to go through challenges every time that we have them in our lives, and they are plenty of issues, of problems, of challenges, which don't have to see in a negative way, but they are simply an opportunity to grow. They are God's events. There is a God in each event that is coming to us to teach us something. So we should actually celebrate the Kali goddess as a symbol of this fight that is done to remove a belief from the mind that is actually destructive, that is actually creating some issue of attachment in our lives. So the goddess Kali, who is a destructor, who is the symbol of Mother Nature, and we can use, for example, the Kali mudra with our hands to symbolize this goddess, which is done for women with the left thumb over the right one, and for men in the opposite way. And this is actually a mudra that is reminding us of the strength, the inner strength that is inside each of us. This opportunity of being a fighter means being very clear with our direction, our vision in the spiritual path, which means going away from the commonplace, going away from what the systems tell us to believe and to do and to follow, and being within the box, what our mind itself is saying us to do, and being able to generate this energy, this strength, because being a warrior, being a fighter, it means generate so much strength and energy. That is the first element that we need as fuel of our machine to go through something, not to be defeated. Problem, solution, challenge, opportunity. So you need to have this generating inner strength to go through everything. Otherwise, you become a victim. Otherwise, you fall at the first opportunity. And you simply say the famous sentence, it's not meant to be. It's not that it's not meant to be. It's an opportunity for you to develop some gifts, some inner skills that you have. When something is not happening, you just simply need to turn something. You need to change perspective, see things from a different perspective. Sometimes just simply turning the situation, or adapt something, make some adjustments, and wait for the right conditions to be in your life, because of course then there is also the karma involved. And then keep trying and insisting on something, and then of course feel and sense and feel if something is it something that you really want, or is it your ego that wants that? Because then of course we need to be able to make a difference, and being able to recognize if we want to achieve something simply because our little and our small ego wants to achieve something for a personal point of view. But be assured that when we want to reach something for the purpose and the benefit of other people, the universe and the Kali goddess will support you. You just simply need to recognize that this is a power, that this is a strength. So if you recognize that this challenge that is coming to you is a strength, the Kali goddess will come and will support you, and you will take you over and through this challenge so that you can achieve whatever you wish to achieve for the benefit of other people. If there is a problem and you start blaming the problem, oh, I'm always going through difficulties, everything is always happening to me, which is the mindset of the victim, me. You're not the only one to go through something in life, or a lot into our life. We all have our moments, our waves where we go through mountains. It seems that things are not happening in an easy way, that we always need to be the one and the only one with a big baggage upon us to solve all the situations and the challenges of the world. But this is not true. Each of us has got their own battles. There can be external battles or internal battles, considering that whatever is internal inside ourselves, an inner struggle will always be mirrored back and from the outside world. So the two things are connected. But when I say mirror, when I say inner battles or outside battles, it means that we can express externally what is going on inside us, or just keep it quiet and inside ourselves. So people may be aware or not about what's happening in our life according to our way of living, our way of being emotional, expressing ourselves, sharing with other people what is coming into our lives. Just be sure that each of us have got their own personal battles. And when this happens, it's essential to be a spiritual warrior. Be a person that never gives up and says, okay, there is a challenge in front of me. What would a shaman do? What would a shamanic practitioner do? Cooperating with the spirit, cooperating with the divine. And that's the key, that's the secret, that's the essence. Not thinking that you are on your own, but that you have an army of allies that can come from any beliefs you have. Because when you consider that the universe is your army, you don't need necessarily to ask for specific gods, because all the events are gods. You can have the support of the universe, of nature, the way you would love to call it. But when you wake up in the morning and you say, okay, I need to face the battle of life throughout the whole day, and you think, I'm not alone, I have a full army behind me, then things are entirely different, because you feel supported. You feel that there is always someone behind you, holding a hands on you, always, even if there are lots of things that you need to go through. And then being a warrior also means that when you're facing these difficulties in life, you need to make decisions in the present moment. Because when there are a planning or a strategy in defeating an enemy, and with the enemy I mean the unpleasant event, and or you need to go through something, and you start planning and say, okay, I'm going to, let's say that the enemy, let's see the enemy as a person, but we're not speaking about the person, just let's give a body and the face, and we say, I'm going to defeat the enemy on the right shoulder, because that is the weak part of his body, and you keep thinking about that, and then you come into the battle and things change, then you lose control. You're not grounded anymore. You're not able to make the decision in that moment of the battle, which is the important element for being always present and flexible and ready to change